bliss, seeing manifestations of light inside the body, and light glowing around the room as well as we meditate. That's kind of infrequent, but it does happen enough that it's consistent for a number of practitioners that come along. So that's been building for some time. I think what makes this interesting is when we've been meditating, our focus is generally to build energy within the body. We may experience, after a period of time, maybe an hour or so of doing that, we may spontaneously see internal light within the body. And there's different names for this, arising, and then you might have feelings of bliss. There might be feelings of spaciousness and void experience. Different levels of perception start to become available. Experiences.
So these are all things that are quite common to your
common
classes that you've been doing. So what separates maybe this individual's experiences to just those everyday experiences that people are talking about?
Well, what started was with one meditation. He essentially left his body, and some people will regularly describe having a kind of semi-experience like that. They feel like they're traveling somewhere, or they're going somewhere. They're having some kind of visualization. Whereas his description was like, I left my body and I went straight to a sun out in the middle of the universe. And his descriptions of that were quite vivid, and it was clear that this was quite separate from having a visionary experience or anything like that. He's like, I was there.
When you say visionary, what do you mean by visionary experience, and how is this different? And the next question I'm going to ask is, like, does this differ from, say, for example, a Jungian active imagination?
Yeah, so differs from, say, I guess in terms of like a Jungian, that kind of Jungian visualization you might do, go on a bit of an internal journey. I guess that kind of experience is possible. People quite often reach a different state of something resembling dreams that will come in, and it's quite distinctive from an actual dream. And what kind of makes it characteristically different is the amount of things that happen in such a short period of time.
Okay.
So once we get into...
Am I wrong? Am I wrong for maybe making that comparison to something like that? Or because obviously within the framework of Taoism, you would have a way of understanding what that is within that frame. So is it maybe, does it maybe muddy the water by me bringing in something like Jungian active imagination? Is that unnecessary to compare it to that, because you're simply in the Taoist frame and it is what it is within Taoism?
I think it's useful. I think it's useful because, until you actually asked me that question, one of the things that we have discussed in class is the different kinds of visionary experience that we experience. So there are characteristically different things that I've experienced in this compared to maybe a visual exercise or active imagination, things like that. There's a couple of different qualitative experiences that I had not reached until doing these practices, which kind of, for me, separated it from all those other things. So, for instance, lucid dreaming, you might, go somewhere and you have a very real sense of being moving and through space and meeting people and so on and so forth. There's a great number of, self-reported experiences that are quite like that. What we've been noticing, I think, for the last probably 3 to 6 months, because we're quite open when we're sharing after our meditation session what we've been experiencing. What's changing is the fact that once we get to a certain stage of meditation, this might be up to 40 minutes or an hour, and we go into a deeper state of meditation, we might be having visual experiences, having all kinds of personal insights and things like that, which don't seem to be self-induced. They just seem to come in. Everyone describes that these things they're not something they're looking for. It's just spontaneously something that just comes in, and that's what they're experiencing. And when that happens, they've usually got